And then finally, you have pro-life collaborators. I'll make one illustration, then I'll go on. The greatest proof of pro-life collaboration, and then, of course, they're not even pro-life anymore, collaborating is this. They agree with the enemy. They're collaborating. So John Boehner betrays us, refunds Planned Parenthood after he told us that he wouldn't. And what do pro-life groups do? Nothing. Think back to when Boehner refunded Planned Parenthood over and over. How many pro-life groups do you remember getting on TV, sending out press releases, condemning Boehner's treachery? But I see heads shaking. You don't remember anyone doing it, do you? There was one. We were in Washington, D.C. at the time. Our ministry was based in D.C. So I gathered together a group of people, and we held a sit-in at John Boehner's office. After he became speaker, we went and took a delegation of people to him and said, we're happy he won. If he betrays us, we will count him our adversary, and we will run a primary against him, and we will denounce him. I mean, I told his chief of staff this. It was like, so then Boehner betrayed us, and we did a sit-in at his office and said he's a collaborator. See, Pilate is one thing. Judas is another. Pilate you expect to do bad things. Judas is part of the tribe. So John Boehner says, I'm Christian, I'm Catholic, I'm pro-life, and then betrays us. That's a Judas spirit. Obama is a Pilate spirit. I have more contempt for Judas. And then the people that kissed up to him after his treachery. So if you look at the victories, and I'll show you how I'm going to do this as a transition point. If you look at the victories that various movements had that I mentioned to you, they involved 5 things, all right? I'll quickly focus on them, then we'll take the questions. Number 1 is their rhetoric. Number 2, the images that they showed. Number 3, the actions that they took. Number 4, the sacrifices that they made. And number 5, their final fruit. Now, we've already discussed the final fruit of these movements, total victory, right? But study their rhetoric. It was incendiary. The rhetoric of William Lloyd Garrison, the rhetoric of the suffragettes. They took the Declaration of Independence and just changed it around a little bit and basically said that men were tyrants for not letting them vote. That men were just as bad in America as King George III ever thought of being, because King George wouldn't let us vote, and you men won't let us vote. So their rhetoric was incendiary. And then their images. Remember the pictures of black slaves with their backs all torn up with scars? Before the use of the camera, they had political cartoons. Think of the Boston Tea Party. Think of Liberty, where they got, the Tree of Liberty, where people were hung in effigy. Okay? That's what they did. And that's exactly what we are not doing today. What we are not doing today is having the rhetoric, having the images, having the sacrifice that helped prevail in times past. When a pro-life group says, or a pro-life leader says, we will not show images of aborted babies, they are collaborating with the killers. I know that's painful for some of you to hear. I'm a Jew. I'm in a concentration camp. I'm one of the staff for the Nazis. I've got a camera. I take pictures of the Jews, piles of bodies. Okay? I take pictures of the ovens. And the Nazis say to me, please don't show them. If I agree to not show the pictures of my brothers and sisters being butchered, what have I become at that moment? I'm a collaborator, because I'm hiding the truth. Well, we're afraid of offending women who've had their baby killed. Well, I'm afraid of offending the Nazi guards who killed Jews. All right, questions. Where'd that microphone go? Justin, you've got it. All right, if you've got a question, Justin, you stand up and you hand it to the people and you get to ask the question. So raise your hand. My son, stand up. My son will hand you this for any questions you have. Go ahead, give him the mic, please. I need you to have the mic, and I'll repeat the question. Should I just repeat the question for time's sake? All right, go ahead. I have been a leader in the pro-life movement for 30 years. And sadly, we have not prevailed in our goal to make it a criminal act to kill an unborn baby. There's reasons why we have failed. I wrote this book, A Humble Plea, to Catholic bishops, to evangelical clergy, and to lay people, explaining where we went wrong and what we have to do to prevail. We've made this available as a PDF online for free. I encourage you to go and download your own copy.